Hi, thanks so much for joining me. I'm Danny from the Glittered Rose. Today I thought I'd have a play with my new Zig Clean Color watercolor brushes. I've got a lovely 90 set that I purchased from Amazon, which I just think they're amazing. They're my favorite coloring medium. So I've made two different cards from the large stamp set, and I think they came up really, really nice. I'm very happy with them. I wanted to make fairly plain cards. I didn't want to emboss the background or have anything fancy. I just wanted those watercolor flowers to be the main focal point, and I thought something too busy behind it would take away. I've used VersaFine Clair Morning Mist. It's a very dark grey, almost black, but it is softer than black. So I think that that was a nice choice for both the sentiments and the florals. If this is of any interest, stick around. Let me know down below which is your favourite, and hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Okay, so off camera, I have stamped this a few times and then I've heat embossed it. I did burn it in a couple of spots, but it doesn't matter. I think the paint will cover it up, so just ignore those little brown patches. So to start with, I've picked out some of my Zig Clean colours, just in pink. I want it to be quite bright, so I'm gonna go two fairly similar shades, and then I'm gonna go a nice bright pink for the darker shading, and I hope this will look good. Um, these Zig Clean colors have such a lovely fine brush. I just adore them. I really wanted to test them out on a larger image, and this is my largest image, so I thought, why not? We'll do this one again. There are different methods to put down these clean colours, but my favourite method is to wet the area first and then come in with your brush, put down your colour, and then blend it again. But having said that, they blend so beautifully together. It's just depends on the result that you're hoping for. I'm going to speed up me painting because I'm aware of how boring it would be to sit down and watch me paint. But by leaving a fair bit in, you sort of see how I do it. They're very easy to use. I think that, if you're considering getting a watercolor option, that these are probably, well, in my opinion, they're the best. I just love them. It's all looking very Barbie at the moment, isn't it? Pink flowers, pink nails, pink jumper. I wouldn't say I'm a pink girl. I'm not against pink, but I'm not one of these women that have to wear pink all the time. So it's just funny, it all sort of came together pink. The tips on these clean colours are just so fine. They really make doing this sort of work easy. I had seen a review where someone said it takes a long time to colour an image with it, whereas I have to disagree. I think it's quite a quick process. You put the colour down and put it where you want it and blend it, and I think it's just, I think it's gorgeous. So I've just used a cheap watercolor option paper for stamping. It looks fantastic. The flowers are looking good. I'm really happy with that. I think the colors are just gorgeous. So I'm going to do the middle of the flowers, and I'm just going to do it a yellowy orange, nice bright color. I'm not worrying about light and shade as there's not enough space for that. I'm just giving it a bit of a wash of color. That looks pretty good. Actually, I'm going to go around the outside with this orange pen and see how lovely they just build on top of each other. So impressed with them. Um, because if you look at a flower, quite often the center of the petals have a light dusting of the um from the stamens, from the I guess it's pollen. And so I just want that sort of look, and I'm happy with that. I've grabbed 2 very similar colours for my leaves, and I'm going in with lots of water this time because I want that waterly wash on the leaves, and I think they look really nice. I'm really happy with that. The colours, in these pens are really lovely. I am on the lookout for a swatch card that I can print off and swatch out though, because some of the colours don't really match what they show on the end of the caps. So I think swatching them will be helpful. I'm just going to go in with a browny yellow color, just how the leaves sort of turn that browny color, just for a little bit of extra light and shade and a bit of interest. And I'm happy with that. I think that looks really nice. So just water washing the areas before I color them just really helps to give that blended sort of a look. I'm loving this. It's going to be a shame to have to cut it apart to put on cards, but you know, need to do it. Okay, so the purpose of this video was to show how fantastic these watercolor markers or brush pens are on larger images. Um, so I'm not going to pop the cards together on camera. I'll do that off camera. I'll die cut it out and build it, and then I might come back and show you how I audition things to know where to put things and just put the finishing touches on the cards. Okay, so I've made 2 A2 card bases and I've popped a layer of coloured card on the top of them. And now I'm just trying to work out where to place these flowers. I know I'm going to have to cut them apart, but I want to get it right before I cut them apart. I don't want to cut them apart and, regret where I've cut. So what I do is I just lay it on the card where that looks good. And then I'm going to turn it around and trace around it and cut it out. I hope you can't hear my bird. It might be coming into breeding season and he's all naughty again. He's a shocker. All right, so that looks good to me. So I'm just going to grab a pencil out and trace around where I want to cut. If I can find, nope, can't find a pencil. A pen will have to do. Yep, that looks good. So now I'm just going to cut it and I'll stick it on. Okay, so I did the same method for the other card. Now I don't like this flower head as much as the other ones, so whatever I do with this card, I'm not going to like it as much. But that looks right to me in the corner there, and then um, one of the off cuts, I'm going to work out where to put. Oh, I like it up the top there. Yep, that looks good to me. So I'm just going to do the same method, trace around it, cut it out, and I'll glue them down. And I might do this off camera. I'll be back. Okay, so I've stamped some sentiments out using the same ink pad as I used on the flowers, and these sentiments are from Splendid Bouquet. I've also heat embossed them, and then I've die cut out a couple of extra pieces of cardstock and layered it on just to give the card a little bit of extra dimension. It was looking very flat. Really not sure where to put this sending hugs. Nope, don't like that there. It blends in too much. Yeah, that looks good down there. I mean, up there. I'll pop it there. To my eye, this looks right because we've got 3 corners covered and 1 corner's not, so you're leaving a little bit of that white space in an uneven number. So that looks good to me. Well, it's pretty obvious to me where this, thank you has to go. It's the top right corner. So I'm just gonna pop that on, and then I'm gonna glue on some crystals, and I'll be back with the finished products. And we're all finished. I'm really happy with the cards. If you're interested in grabbing yourself a set of the Zig Clean Colour watercolour brush pens, I'll leave a link in the description down below from Amazon. Let me know in the comments which one's your favourite. The pink is definitely mine. I like the shape of the flower more. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button um, if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you for the next video. Thanks, guys.